Onegaishimasu. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. This week we're going to kick off with another series of Ippon Kumite. This time though, we're going to twist it up a little bit. I'm going to put in 3 different levels. So we're going to work Jodan, Gedan, and Chudan attacks for our Ippon Kumite. Now if you missed that video, I suggest you go back and work on that one first. Ippon Kumite is our basic one-step sparring. One attack, one block, one counter. Okay, so before we get going, if you're not wearing your dogi, please go put it on. Okay, I know when I put my dogi on this morning to start my training, it was like a big hug. Okay, and if you're starting to feel disconnected from the dojo because it's been so much time, this is one way to kind of get that feel back. Put your dogi on, wear your obi. Okay, the next thing is practice your jumbyondo. Okay, if your body's not warm, you don't want to just come in cold. Stop the video, do your jumbyondo, and then come back in. Okay, good? Ready to go? Excellent. So, we're going to start off today, and I'm only going to work one-sided, so that way you guys, you can naturally work left and right, and you absolutely should. It's kind of like we're in a dojo, maybe we work bunkai, and we're only doing one side for a particular lesson. That's not because we don't practice both sides, it's because we're limited for time and we want to get the information out so you can go home and practice. Remember, dojo is a place where we learn, okay? But that's not the only time we practice our karate. When we leave, we should be training daily. All right, so here we go, first one. Okay, onegaishimasu. So I will go mirror image, all right, and I will drop back on opposite sides so you guys can follow along. What we're going to do from here is we drop back into our kamae position. So we have a middle block out, good stance, ready. Now from here, our attack is going to be jodan. So we slide forward, punch jodan, right? So this is right to eye level. And then good zanshin when we come back, practicing that good muchimi. We're working on our technique, our block, and let's attack again. Jodan, okay? And back. And back. Let's go for 2 more. And 1 more. And relax, shake them out. So that was semite, that was the attacker. And remember, your job is just as important as ukite, as the person who's learning the technique or the combination. So every time I throw that punch, I try to picture, is my stance correct? Is my form proper? Is my posture correct? Right? Is my punch going to the right target area? So when I'm actually working with a partner, I can do proper technique so they can work on their technique. So from here, we're going to work on our first sequence of jodan, okay? So I'm going to go basic, and then we're going to add a little bit to it, and then we're going to do something a little bit more advanced. But really, what is advanced? Just more basics. Here we go. So imagine that attack is coming in. So I'm in my position here, all right? So this is my yoi position right from my break. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to shift to the side, and we're going to angle our feet 45. So what happens is, if that right side attack is coming in, okay, all right, what I'm doing is I am shifting out of the way, and I'm facing into their body, okay? So if I attacked here, right, so this is mirror image, that person would shift and their body is facing into here, okay? So the first movement is shifting jodan agyuke. Now, this one is very common because this is our first bunkai for Geisha Daichi. So from here, we're not going to do the foot adjustment. We don't need to do that right now because we don't have a partner in front of us. But it's step through punch, and draw back, and then good zanshin. All right, so what we're going to do is work on that slow for 5. All right, ready? So we shift and block, jodan, step through, punch, jodan, and backwards zanshin, and back. Ready, knee. San. Shi. your video, work 5 slow on the left side, and then move back to your right side and work some strong, work the opposite side strong, build your rep up today. Today I'm gonna leave it up to you how many reps you choose to practice before you start your video again. All right, so part 2 of our Jodan is going to be just a little adjustment. So it's still the same shift and block here, but we're going to catch, okay? So I catch that high block. And from here, I don't change my feet, but I slide. And as I slide, I'm slightly pulling because I'm off balancing that person and punching. So this hand is grabbing and I'm pulling and punching. And then I draw back. This is actually a movement from our Oyo Bunkai, okay? But remember, this is Ippon Kumite, so it's 1 block, 1 counter, okay? So we're gonna work 5 of those slow. All right, here we go. So from this position, shift and block. Notice my hand is closed, right? Now I catch. Don't try to block and catch at the same time. You have to block before you can control. So 1, 2, and then slide the body, punch. 3, back goes on chin. Ready, knee, catch, punch, back, san, catch, and back. And remember, there is a slight pull in there. Shi, catch, you can pull, simulate the movement. 1 more, go. And shake them out, excellent. All right, so you know the deal. 5 slow on the other side, then work back and forth, get them down. All right, so here's our 3rd technique for Jodan level attack, okay? So we're gonna make this just a little bit more, well, let's say this is intermediate advanced level, but what we're doing is, we worked some of this last week. We're going to drop straight back, okay? So if you're attacking right side, okay, and your right side is coming forward, you are going to drop back and block. Let's go close fist for this one. So what happens is the punch is coming straight in, and I drop, so I'm on the inside of the arm, and I block and I deflect that arm by. But it's really important that we have this inside, because now we're going to use our forearm. And we're going to roll and turn our hand. So what happens is we catch. So from here, we drop back, block, and then we use the forearm as a guide as I turn and catch that arm. So as I'm catching, I'm controlling that arm and shoulder. I pulled off balance, but I'm going to slide in and elbow. Okay? So from here, it's going to be 1, 2. And back. And let's go for 4 more. Ready? Knee. 1, 2. And back. And up. Ready? And shake. 1 and 2. Right? Catch. And 3. And back. And up. Ready? And go. 1, 2. And back. And up. Now from here, we're just off balancing it and catching with a good Mawashi Hijate. What's that? Circular elbow. There's other ways we can do this. We could step in, which would set us up for more technique. So if I draw back and block and catch, I could step through and strike here and come back with this elbow here. I could add a rake to the eyes, punch to the throat. There's a lot of different movements we can do in foot setups. So we're just keeping it basic. So it's drop back 1, catch and strike. Okay? All right, shake them out. All right, so pause your video, work on your sequence, and come on back. All right, great. So our next movement, we're going to Chudan level. So last time we were doing a lot of side movement with Chudan Yoguke. This time we're going to work first Hikyuke. Hikyuke is our pulling block. So the last time I told you, block, then grab. Kind of similar, we just blocked, then grab, right? This one here, Hikyuke, we're going to block, right, with our palm here, and as we finish our block, catch and off balance, right? Slight tug to off balance. So from here, we're going to be shifting to the outside of the body. So remember, it's a right side attack, all right? So I'm going to shift. So punch is coming through, I shift to the outside and kikyuke. And there's a slight pull there. So I'm going to catch and close this fist, punch, and draw back, and step back. So remember, shifting to the outside of the arm, catch, punch, okay? Really basic. All right, let's go for 5. Ready? Each. And back. Ready? Eat. And back. And ready? So. And back. Ready? Shit. And back. And muichiro one more time. Go. And back. And down. All right, shake them out. So, pause your video, work on those, come on back. Okay, the next one. If you are a junior student, this one is not allowed with a partner work. So it would be one and closed fist. Training in the video, we can practice this if you are in the junior black belt class, practicing with other partners safe. But we also have to understand, beginner students, beginner adult students, if we're working any type of open hand technique, control is so important. So safety has to be first. Proper distancing, actually extra space just in case for mistakes, maybe aiming to the neck rather than the eyes, things like that. But if you're an advanced student, what we're going to do is shift, block and catch, and the hand that is actually controlling the arm, you tugged at the end of that block to off balance them and just strike with the hand this way. Now, we could modify the first movement where it's one, tug and strike this way, open hand. So closed fist, open hand, that works. You can work 2 different bunkai from that way, or actually Ippon Kumite. So from this position, they attack and it shift, strike, and back. So keep in mind, as I shift and block kikyuke and catch, slight pull to off balance them, and as they're coming forward, here. And if you don't have long enough arms, you can slide in and strike, okay? All right, so let's go for 5. Ich. And back. I. And back. San. And back. Shi. And back. One more. Go. And back. All right, so watch. I'll get up close. 1, 2. See this? The fingers are together. This way, not this way. We don't want that. Together. Striking, okay? They'll find the spot. All right. So, pause your video, work on that. Excellent. So here's our third of our Chudon series. What we're going to do from here is this one is very similar to Shisochun Bunkai. However, we're going to change it a little bit. In Shisochun Bunkai, the person attacks. We shift to the outside and we block. Haon Chudon Yoguke, open hand, middle block, this way. And then we catch, and then we step through. And actually we worked this one in our Bunkai for the black belts last week here, and it's a roll and it actually locks the arm. We take the person down. Today we're going to use it in a different capacity. This is going to be a slow controlled roll. The advanced movement we're going to work is a pull and a break. So catching the arm behind the elbow, all right? So from this position, we shift and block each. We catch and we step in and pull. So I'm pulling the wrist into my chamber, and I'm using my hips, and I'm striking behind the elbow, break, and back. Let's go for 5. Ich, knee, san, and back. Ich, knee, san, and back. 3 more. Ich, knee, san, and back. Shi, knee, san, and back. One more. Ich, ni, san, and back. So we can work strong when we're working individual Ippon Kumite. When we're working with a partner, if they come in, I can work one, catch, and then it's slowly. We don't want to make any mistakes that we can't take back, okay? So we want to always make sure that the number one thing we're practicing is safety for our partners. All right, so moving on. Oh, actually, let's stop the video, work on that. Now we're going to go to Gedan. So we have 3 different ones for Gedan, all right? So what we're going to do is our first attack is Gedan, so punching down in this area. What we're going to do is we're going to shift back. So if it's a right hand attack coming in, I'm going to take this leg back and block. So this is Osai Shote. So I'm blocking down and catching this way, here. So the punch comes in, I move, so the punch is here, the person's body is here, I block in here, okay? So when I move, one, we're going to counter by stepping forward, hijate. So they attack us and we drop back, block, and as we're pulling them down, we're driving in with that elbow under our chin. All right, let's go for 5. All right, we'll go slow for these. Ready? Ich, ni, san. Okay. Ni, drop back. 1, 2, 3. Shi. Go. 1 more. Go. Excellent. All right, shake it out. So remember, turning the body, catching, driving this way. Okay? And there's so much more we can add to that. But remember, Ippon Kumite is this one-step sparring is basic. This is the entryway. This is the beginning. This is what gets us started. So work on these individual movements, and then once you come comfortable with them, then we can start adding and building. All right, so number 2, very familiar, Nagashuke, that flowing block. This one's Gedan Nagashuke. So rather than, being very hard this way, this isn't like we're doing Tanrin. This is a deflection. And our body is nice and relaxed till we can get up to Tetsuyuchi. Yes, this is Bonkai from Saifa. So here comes the attack. We are in the inside of the body again. So for this one, we're going to move our body out of the way as the punch comes in here. And as it moves here, bang, we attack this way. So in and up, okay? So from here, let's go for a few slow. Ready? Ich. And back. Knee. And back. Remember, the block and the strike are together. It's one big, smooth circle. San. And good zanshin. Shi. Last one, ready, go. All right, shake them out. So this last one, we do have another attack for, okay? So from this position, you're going to drop back into your Hidari Komai, this right here. And your attack is going to be a rear leg maigari. A washigari, roundhouse kick. So from here, let's just work on that one nice and slow. Ready? Each, and back. Ready? Each, and back. Ready? So, and back. Ready? Shoot, and back. Ready? Go, and back, and up. All right, so what happens here is this movement is actually movement from a higher level kata. This is from Seppai. So from here, this is a low and a middle block, okay? So what we're going to do from here is that right leg roundhouse is coming into my well, this is still Gedan. This is my rib area. Okay, so it's below Suigetsu. So this is my low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block with my left. That means my right foot is coming in. So as I block, I shift in this way here, right? So I'm blocking here, and this hand's up, right? And I have to protect if that comes high as well. So the movement is forward and in here, and then my bottom hand. Once the foot hits, I hook. I've caught the leg. Now this hand catches the back of the head and lead leg knee. And then we draw back. Let's go for 5. Ready? Ich, knee, san, shi, and back. Ready? Knee, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. Ready? San, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Ready? Shi, 1, 2, 3, 4. And back. And last one. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back. And up. And here. And baha. Arigatou gozaimashita. All right. So shake them out. So at the beginning, I asked you to put your dogi on. Remember, it's that big hug. It's that comfort of the dojo. Okay? Now, if you had a really good workout and you're pouring sweat, now this is the part where we show self-respect, responsibility, and soji. Clean up the area you're training in, wash your dogi, and it'll be ready for you the next time you train. Okay? I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, and being smart. Until the next time. Arigatou gozaimashita.